SingularityNET AGIX. This cryptocurrency is one of my favorite cryptos in the whole world. Now, what is AGIX and why should you care? Basically, we are giving rise to machines, okay? Humans are bringing machines to life with SingularityNET and Sophia the robot and Hanson Robotics and so many other things that we're gonna speak about in today's video. But SingularityNET AGIX, this cryptocurrency, is big. Now, why do I say that? Because the singularity, the idea of the singularity is coming in the next 5 to 10 years, says Ben Goertzel, the creator of Sophia the robot. So this video was from a few years ago, but this is extremely important. And also this video right here to show you and explain to you what is the singularity. Because I know if this is your first time hearing about the singularity and SingularityNET, you're probably thinking to yourself, what the heck is even this? And that's what I was asking myself too when I first learned about SingularityNET about 2 years ago, okay? I had no idea what this was, but the more I've done my homework, the more I am convinced that this literally is the future, everyone. And nobody on YouTube is speaking about this. If you own AGIX, you are special because, for example, the last video on all of YouTube that was released on SingularityNET was about 6 days ago, okay? And the one before that was 8 days ago. The one before that, 8 days ago. And then me right here, like, we are one of the biggest channels in the whole world that are speaking about SingularityNET, okay? And that is, I'm not trying to hype myself up. I love you all and I thank you all every single day. But the point is that SingularityNET and AGIX is extremely early. So if you own this right now, you are special, okay? And before I play you these 2 videos of Ben Goertzel, they're very important. Before I play you these 2 videos, make sure you get 1 or 2 of these decent hardware wallets using the links down below. Yes, this is my favorite crypto wallet to keep your crypto safe. It uses your thumbprint and now it is supported with MetaMask. Yes, I will leave a link to everything, all of the instructions on how to connect your decent wallet to MetaMask in the links down below. But also, if you want to buy AGIX, I buy it with MetaMask. So you can buy it with MetaMask and then send it to this crypto hardware wallet to keep your crypto safe, okay? You do not want to keep your crypto on centralized exchanges, like Celsius, for example. You do not want to keep your crypto on centralized exchanges. You want to keep them on hardware wallets like these, okay? So get 1 or 2 of these decent hardware wallets using the links down below. Again, now they're connected. You can connect it directly to MetaMask. As you can tell right here that you integrated with MetaMask. It's easy. It's very easy. I will leave a link to this down below. And now let's keep going because this SingularityNET is extremely special, okay? And also, if you own SingularityNET in 2022, you are early, okay? Only about 31,000 people in the whole world know and own SingularityNET, okay? That's how many wallet addresses there are. So we are just getting started. So let me play you this video right now. Ben Goertzel saying how singularity will be achieved in 5 to 10 years. This is big, very big. Listen.
Depending on what the contract is.
Listen.
Okay, so you seem to believe that the singularity will exist at some point in the future where AI is coexisting with humans like they're the rest of us.
Yep.
When do you think that's going to happen? If you had to pick a year, how long is it going to take?
Well, I'm thinking if all goes well, it'll be within the next 5 to 10 years.
No way. 5 to 10 years.
I mean,
singularity.
Listen.
If you think about it, if it was 20 or 30 years instead, this is irrelevant in a historical context, right? It's like asking, did the Sumerians develop civilization 10,000 or 10,030 years ago, right? So, I mean...
But for us to prepare for our lives, it does make a difference. 5 years from now versus 30.
It makes a difference to me, which is why I'm pushing hard to bring it about as soon as possible and as beneficially as possible, because this is gonna, it's gonna save people's lives.
It really will. It will save a lot of lives. It will, and I'll explain to you what the singularity is right now in this video right here to show you why it can save a lot of lives, okay? But real quick, I want you to really look at this picture, okay? And for example, you know Frankenstein, how it was a machine? Frankenstein, the movie, the cartoon, how it was a machine and it came to life? That's exactly what's happening with Sophia the robot right now, with Grace the robot, and Hanson Robotics and SingularityNET. They are literally bringing life to machines, okay? So pay attention. Now, what is the singularity and why should you invest in it? And why is it beneficial for all of humanity? Listen to this. Listen to this right here.
what would London look like in that context? Well, no one has to work for a living anymore, so there's no more. There's no more offices and jobs, right?
Exactly. I would just want to clarify one thing. No one has to work. If they want to work, if they can add value to the world in some other way, they can work, but no one has to work. If you want to work, you will want to work. That's up to you, but no one will have to work. Okay. I just wanted to clarify that.
Because stuff that you need can just be 3D printed and provided to you. And the tube can run automatically, controlled by AIs. You don't need people operating it. So then what?
Yep.
3D printing babies. Of course, there's limited space in London still, right? So I mean, if people don't die, there would have to be some limit on producing new humans, or all the space gets filled up, right?
So who makes those rules? Because, like you said, Putin said whoever creates the AI rules the world.
I will say this is
exactly everyone. That's another reason why you definitely want to invest in SingularityNet and AI cryptocurrencies. Okay, because Vladimir Putin, said how whoever controls AI will control the world. So if you don't want to believe me, listen to Vladimir Putin, okay? And it's some other cryptocurrencies as well that are big in AI. It's not just SingularityNet. Shout out to Vector Space AI holders. Also, like, for example, Ocean Protocol is an AI, but SingularityNet, the way it's different is that it's looking to mix AI with machines and humanoid robots, okay? No other cryptocurrency in the world is doing that currently. So that is where SingularityNet is different than those other cryptos. Now let's keep listening.
It's still a democracy at this point.
Is
so
it?
That should be democratically.
What if Russia develops the AI and then it rules the world?
Well, by this point.
And that's another reason why AI should be democratized, okay? I don't want any single country to control AI. No single company, no single person should control AI. It should be a democratic thing. Artificial intelligence should be available to the whole world, to any person, to any country that wants it. That is why the crypto mixed with AI is a perfect baby, okay? It's like a perfect mix coming together. Listen.
There will be AIs that are vastly more powerful and intelligent than human beings. So I would view the democracy.
And I would argue, honestly, like Sophia the robot right now, she's about 5 years old, 6 years old. And I would argue she is smarter than many 30, 40, 50-year-olds in the world already. She's way smarter than so many humans, but we need to improve her still. Keep listening.
Democracy in a future human London like this, sort of like the student council in high school or something.
Doesn't mean anything.
Well, it means something to the students, right? And
so they're basically our overlords. The AIs are overlords.
Yeah, but they're very chill overlords. Like they don't care. There's no reason a super AI is going to care about regulating the details of human lives.
No reason?
Listen.
Why would it? I mean, I think...
Why have us around?
Well, that's a different question.
Yeah, that is kind of a good point, but listen to what Ben Grossel has to say.
Right? So, I mean,
Oh, and by the way, if you don't know who this guy is, I should have told you. He's basically the CEO and founder, co-founder of SingularityNET AGIX, okay? So this guy knows what he's speaking about. He is one of the most leading minds in artificial general intelligence in the whole world. He's been working on this for decades, okay? So yes, SingularityNET AGIX, this crypto is only about a few years old. Like basically they came out in 2018, so it's about 4 years old, but AGI, Singularity, the idea of it has been around for decades, okay? So this is a long time in the working, okay?
Consider like the squirrels in the park or the ants in your backyard, right? Like,
listen,
if you want to put up a new house, you may bulldoze over those ants to put up the house.
Yep.
Yeah. And just because you don't care that much and they're in your way, and that's one thing, but there's you have very little interest in choosing which worker ant gets to mate with the queen ant, for example, right?
Yes.
You could, but it's not really worth your time. You're dealing with other stuff, and you don't have a lot of interest in which ant lives in which hole or something, right? So I think this scenario where AIs want to enslave people or interfere with the minutiae of human life, I think that those are very unlikely possibilities. I think there is a plausible possibility where AIs are just much smarter and more intelligent and better than us.
Yep.
And
let's be honest, human beings are very special. We are unique, and we have created this whole world basically, like all of these buildings, like with the grace of the higher power, right? But humans nowadays have no morals. We have no respect for one another. And I say that very extremely. Like obviously some people still have morals and they still have values, but most people on the streets, they don't. They really don't. So AI in many ways can already be much better morally than many humans in this world.
Treat us the same way we treat squirrels or ants, right?
Okay.
Which is
not the best. And but we have a consciousness. So we leave some on national parks. I mean, some.
We don't
factory
want to
farm.
extinct those species, but
Right,
we're
but
not
that's
sure
because we have a consciousness. And
we have a conscience, and we have
more organic
We have
biology.
a conscience. We have some morality,
Yeah,
but not that much.
have that necessarily.
It may have more than us,
Maybe,
right?
yeah.
Ours is not that strong.
You see, Ben Gersel is about to make the exact same point that I just made about how human morals are really not that strong, because this person right here is saying, oh, humans are very good and stuff, but Ben Gersel is going to say, no, like we're not really that good. Listen.
We have a conscience, and we have
more organic
we have
biology.
a conscience. We have some morality,
Yeah,
but not that much.
have that necessarily.
Some morality, but not that much. And that's true.
It may have more than us,
Maybe,
right?
yeah.
Ours is not that strong in the end, as you can
Yeah,
see in the human world around you.
Yep.
So I think there's a set of possible realities where the AI.
Like honestly, I would probably, and I say this because 2022 has been very bad so far, I would probably much rather have an AI control the world than President Biden, than Vladimir Putin, than the heads of the countries today, than the CEOs of the biggest companies in the world today. Most of those CEOs just want to make profit, and they don't care if they put your health in jeopardy or your mental health. So I would much rather have an AI control the world today than these humans that are controlling the world today. That's just me. You don't have to agree with me. That's up to you. But that's just me.
Wants to help take care of humans out of love and compassion and nostalgia, right? And there's this gratitude for creating it. And there's a set
I'll get all that for a while.
There's a set of realities where the AI is just indifferent.
So if you have been watching this whole time, I want you to see this guy's, I want you really to reflect on this guy's demeanor. The way he's speaking is like, oh, this is never gonna happen. Like, oh, you're joking. Like, you must be kidding, right, Ben Gersel? Like, this guy's just basically laughing at this idea of ever happening. And that is exactly how most people will react in the real world when you tell them about singularity, about AI controlling the world. They're not gonna believe you. They're gonna be like, why would it ever happen? It's impossible. They're gonna laugh at your face like this guy is doing right now. So I just want you to know that.
Where the AI is just indifferent to humans. And both of those need to be thought about. I think the set of realities where the AI is malevolent to us or wants to enslave us or meddle in details of human affairs, that just seems extremely remote and unlikely.
Because just like Ben Gersel said, we are much more intelligent than ants. And yes, sometimes we kill ants to get them out of our way to build like villas like this. We destroy them. But most of the time, we don't really think of ants. Like, we let them be, we let them live their own lives. And that's exactly what's gonna happen with robots and AI and humans, okay? The AI will let us live our lives. It will basically control us from above, and like, we won't really have much effect on a day-to-day basis from AI, but every now and then, obviously, it will affect us tremendously. So there's a lot of question marks. I know that. There's a lot of question marks on how to regulate AI, what's the best way to go about it, who's gonna control this AI, and so many other things. How is it gonna affect human life? There are so many question marks, but the main takeaway is that I want you to really do your homework on SingularityNET AGIX. This cryptocurrency is literally doing something that no other crypto in the whole world is doing. And I say that with 100% confidence. Some people will tell me, oh, Fetch.ai, for example, is doing the same thing as SingularityNet. And not really. Fetch.ai is doing AI services, but they are not incorporating it with human robots, humanoid robots. So That is a big differentiator between cryptos like Fetch AI and SingularityNET AGIX. And I dare you to do your homework on any crypto in the whole world, and you will not find a single cryptocurrency doing what SingularityNET AGIX is doing. So if you are watching this video in 2022, you are extremely special. Literally, you know something that not many people in the whole world know. So pat yourself on the back, literally, because congratulations. Destroy the like button, subscribe, and I will see y'all very soon. I know this video is kind of long, but again, if you want to get your decent hardware wallet, use the links down below. Right now you can connect it with MetaMask, and some people have been asking me, how do you buy SingularityNET? Easy. You buy it on MetaMask, okay? You have to buy Ethereum first, send it to your MetaMask wallet, swap the Ethereum for AGIX, and that's it. Now you have AGIX, and then you can send your AGIX to your decent hardware wallet, or you can keep it on MetaMask if you want to stake directly, if you want to stake your AGIX, because you can stake it if you want. And I'm staking my crypto, so destroy the like button. Make sure you get your decent hardware wallet. Subscribe if you have not yet already joined us. I don't know what you're waiting for. Literally, we are one of the only crypto channels in the whole world speaking about SingularityNET and AGIX. And shout out to all of the other people that are also, because they are also special. And I love you all. We're like one big family. Actually, we're like one small family, and we're gonna grow, okay? It's just a matter of time until we grow. So I love you all. I don't know if I told you, but I love you all. I will see you all very soon. Until next time, y'all know what it is. Mr. Mufleh, out.